Malcolm Rodriguez could be your Amon-Ra St. Brown. Give it to me, you guys. Give it to me, you guys. He drafts guys, and they do this weird thing where when you look up in the box score, there's this weird thing where their name is there, and then there's like actual numbers that aren't zeros next to the name.
Statistics?
But these mid-round picks are going to get ample opportunity because they're cheap.
Yeah, if you can turn a sixth-round pick into an NFL starter, that's
a hit. That's a big hit. Kirby Joseph, Malcolm Rodriguez. Guys that came in with a lot of fanfare. Certainly, Malcolm Rodriguez has become a friend of the network. He's been on multiple times. We appreciate that.
Kirby Joseph was out at Feldman, too, remember?
He was out at Feldman Chevrolet
got
with
a puppy.
us. Yep.
From Detroit Dog Rescue.
Yeah, I chopped it up with them a couple times, and we were rapping. But what about those two? Because as Sam Flannel says, he's not a fan of the linebacking core. Malcolm Rodriguez could be your Amon-Ra St. Brown. Give it to me, you guys. Give it to me, you guys. What was the deal? Break it down for me.
Well, right off the bat, he makes a tremendous play on special teams. The guy was already tackled low, but he came in and finished him high. That was good. Got him some TV love. They started talking about, hey, the Lions, they feel like they stole this guy. They couldn't believe he fell to them in the 6th round. They really feel like they got a player here. And then he got out on the field. Didn't really make a ton of noise. He did shed some blocks, which were pretty nice. The heavyweights posted a video of him throwing a dude to the ground, which you love to see. Former wrestler, big dude up top. But he wasn't a standout. He wasn't overwhelmed by any stretch of the imagination, which I think is the litmus test with what you wanted in this first preseason game. Like, you didn't want him out there with his head spinning. He got beat a couple plays, but he also made a couple plays. So I'm expecting that out of a 6th-round pick. So to me, it was what I thought he would be. Making that first tackle off special teams, I think, gave him a little leg up and kind of set the tone for what he was going to do that game. But if we can get a good special teams player out of him and, we get somebody that's suitable at linebacker and is functional at linebacker, that's a steal of a 6th-round pick.
Because I thought it was getting to be a little much. Like, as far as the expectations for him. He had taken on the kind of this lore. Looted Corp says Woodward Sports had Malcolm Rodriguez on. Yeah, we've had him on a couple of times, as a matter of fact. Go back to the YouTube
Just go
page.
On YouTube, search Malcolm Rodriguez, Woodward Sports. He's boys with the heavyweights.
Yeah,
like they're best friends.
they are besties. So yeah, we've interviewed him a couple times on here. Go back. He is an engaging conversation. There is no doubt. But Sam Flannel, I thought it was getting a little overcooked as far as the expectations were for him. Kirby Joseph on the other side. Sam Flannel. What was a Sam Flannel breakdown?
I mean, I thought Kirby Joseph played pretty well. He was sort of all over the field. He led the team in tackles. The secondary as a whole, I think, played pretty well because he got most of his reps, if not all of them, against Desmond Ridder. And Desmond Ridder didn't exactly light it up. I thought he showed that he could be good in the run game. He was, Kirby Joseph was a guy to me that kind of flashed off the screen. I liked what I saw. I think at the safety position, Deshaun Elliott and Tracy Walker, they'll hold it down for a little while. But I could see Kirby Joseph by the end of the year actually being an impact player on this team. Because one thing he did at Illinois, which we didn't see in this game, was the ball could just found him. He has a nose for a football. He is a playmaker. And what I saw in that first game, I was impressed. I didn't see anything that gave me cause to pause. Just played a good game, made a lot of tackles, made some plays, and
so contributed.
That's all you want out of a preseason game one for Kirby Joseph. I would say he even exceeded my personal expectations for him personally.
And here's where it is with me, Sam Flannel, when you bring that up, because this goes back to my whole Brad Holmes thing now through 2 drafts. He drafts guys, and they do this weird thing where when you look up in the box score, there's this weird thing where their name is there, and then there's actual numbers that aren't zeros next to the name.
Statistics?
They do stuff and stuff out there on the field. It's really wild, they make tackles or they actually they play, so that's kind of cool, and that's all I'm looking for because again, apparently I'm getting criticized for this. I'm looking 2 years out here with what they have coming down the way. Financially, they're getting the basis of rookie contract guys that, play.
Yeah, Kirby Joseph led the team in tackles. 5 tackles, 1 assist. So
contribute.
You don't always want your cornerback to lead the team in tackles, but yeah, they're getting the guys that actually can make plays.
Do stuff. Be there. Still be with the team.
Yeah.
That's what's, and we can say,
Not
look,
be a headache off the field.
right, or aren't good enough on the field.
Yeah. No, I'm with
Even
you.
more importantly.
Yeah, Malcolm Rodriguez only had one tackle that was off the opening kickoff. So, like I said, he really didn't show out when he was on the field as a linebacker.
Yeah, and so that's what it is for me. So, in that respect, the Aiden Hutchinson thing, and we're talking about a lot of the defensive guys here. These mid-round picks, now certainly Hutchinson was top of the draft guy, but these mid-round picks are going to get ample opportunity because they're cheap. So they're going to get every opportunity to get in there and play. And if you can, how do you guys define a hit? Stick, what would be a hit for you with a Malcolm Rodriguez, a Kirby Joseph? What would be a hit?
If Malcolm Rodriguez turns out to be a starting linebacker, that's a hit.
That's a hit.
That's a hit. Period. Even if our linebackers suck,
Even
but
if
he ends
he's
up
the
being our
fourth,
starter.
even if he's the fourth starting linebacker.
Yeah. If you can turn a 6th-round pick into an NFL starter,
that's a hit. That's a big hit.
Because literally, the further you go down in the draft, the way percentages, like 6th-round picks maybe hit 15% of the time, right? And if you can hit on that 15%, that's stealing from the draft. It literally is stealing.
A hit is a guy that's going to play. I'm Salty says we need to stop drafting hurt players in the first 2 rounds. And, the book's out on that still.
I was going to say, okay, what's your history of saying that? When have we drafted hurt players in the first 2 rounds? This year, obviously, but outside of this year, what is your basis of that reference to say that we need to stop doing it?
Yeah, from back in the Boss Bailey days, they did that, and I actually talked to the medical people that were with the Lions at the time. They're like, we knew, we were rolling the dice, like we knew that it was degenerative.
Okay, outside of Boss Bailey 12 years ago, who else has there been?
And but that was from a different. See, I disqualify that.
Right.
That was that was that era. That was a different era. I think Brad Holmes is entitled to one roll of the dice. Even in the early returns that he's gotten from the draft, I think he's entitled to a roll of the dice.
And let's just be honest. Jamison Williams is worth the risk. He's worth the risk. If he pans out to be even 50% of what they think he is, he's worth the risk of going up and getting him. Josh Paschal, you look at his college resume. I was not a fan of that draft. I honestly, 2nd round came. We were in here with Scott Bischoff covering the 2nd round of the draft, and I'm like, who the hell is this guy? Then I did my research on him. I went back, watched film. Dude's a beast, man. He went up against SEC talent all season long and dominated on a Kentucky team where he's getting double teamed because they have nothing else. So, let's not call these guys anything yet. They're rookies. They haven't even stepped on the field. So you judging them off their injuries, I don't know. I think that's getting a little ahead of yourselves. If we're 8 weeks into this and Jamison's not on the field, Paschal's still not on the field, then yeah, we've wasted a little bit. But it's too early for me to question Brad Holmes in any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm Salty says I'm talking Levi hurt, JMO hurt, Paschal hurt. And that's, Levi played when he got here.
Yeah.
He did play at the beginning of the season. So, yeah, but we'll see how that stuff shakes itself out.